I'm Jeff Ballman. I'm the patrol captain for the St. George Police Department. I've been in law enforcement for almost 20 years and have had numerous responsibilities and assignments within my career. Currently, as stated, I supervise the patrol division, which consists of a total of 70 positions. 50 of those are patrol officers. I supervise the two canines in the patrol division. There's 4 officers that are assigned to the hospital as a position there for security and any police needs they have there. I have 8 sergeants and 6 lieutenants that assist with the patrol responsibilities. Our patrol shifts are 24/7. They cover 365 days out of the year. We cover a variety of incidents and situations in those assignments. My patrol officers are, I think, some of the best officers in our organization. We're very diverse within the patrol division. Obviously, having 70 people in that position enables us to have a very diverse group of individuals. They come to us with a variety of life skills and previous employment situations. We have officers that work in the construction trade that have worked doing concrete work, framing, painting. We have officers that previously were teachers in a variety in high school and I believe other teaching responsibilities. We have officers that are involved in clergy, different things, pastors and different religious affiliations that currently work in those positions or have worked in those positions. Our patrol officers, some of them were previously collegiate athletes. I believe we have a few that were actually professional fighters as far as mixed martial arts, different things like that. We have individuals who are business owners. They currently own business and run businesses on their days off, their time off. Very much involved in the community. We have a lot of officers within the patrol division that are current, as well as that are currently active, as well as retired veterans from military service. We appreciate them and the skills they bring to our organization through that military service. Most importantly, though, I think all of our officers within the patrol division and within the department, we are parents, we're spouses, we're human beings that are involved in our community. We are active in coaching Little League, our children's sports teams. We're supportive of the arts and different things like that, and really are members of this community. So because the patrol division is the largest division within the department, the odds are that if you've ever had interaction with a police officer, it's likely they were a member of the patrol division. We are out and about in marked police units, out doing different tasks. We respond to calls for service. We're proactive in our efforts. We go out and do traffic enforcement. We do crime prevention. We interact with business owners. We do well checks. We do foot patrol, walking around businesses after hours, and talk to individuals out and about on the street. And so again, odds are that you've had contact with an officer, it's a patrol officer. So the typical patrol officer, we currently work 4 days a week on a 10-hour shift. We have a day shift, a swing shift, and a graveyard shift. Those shifts are split up to cover the front half of the week and the back half of the week. The officers that work those shifts they bid it based on seniority, as well as some officers are placed in areas that they're needed. The variety of calls that the officers experience throughout a typical workday can range significantly. We respond to crimes that have happened. Say you wake up in the morning and you notice that some property is missing from your vehicle. We respond to those and investigate those. And typically your patrol officer will conduct that complete investigation. They will take that incident and case from start to finish. They will look for evidence, process whatever evidence, lift fingerprints, look for video surveillance, and try and solve that crime. They will, if they identify a suspect, they will track them down and try to interview them, and then file appropriate charges if warranted on those incidents. And so the majority of the calls that the patrol officer respond to, they will work those incidents from beginning to end. Also, we respond to in-progress calls. There are situations in the afternoons or evenings where that same type of incident may be an in-progress call, where somebody's witnessing an individual breaking into vehicles, and our officers respond and try and apprehend them in the act of that. And again, same type of investigation. The officers conduct that from beginning to end, collecting evidence, talking to witnesses, and filing appropriate charges as needed in those situations. The other appealing thing to the patrol officer is the variety that we experience day in, day out. You could go to a traffic accident, and then within a matter of half an hour, you're responding to a structure fire to help fire with that, and then within 15 to 20 minutes, you're going on an assault that's in progress. And then another, within a few, 15 minutes, it may be a retail theft or an intoxication or a citizen assist where somebody may have questions about parking. And so the patrol officer really has to have a good breadth of understanding regarding the responsibilities and the tasks that we expect of our officers. They're that first responder, and they take those initial incidents and investigate them. There are occasions when it may be a more complex case or a more significant incident. Again, that patrol officer is going to be the first individual there to start that investigation, and then we'll call out additional resources as needed to help with further investigation and follow-up. Every single officer within our police department started in patrol. All of our detectives, all of our school resource officers, all of our our traffic unit, our drug detectives, everybody started in patrol. And I think that's patrol provides a great foundation for police work. Because of the variety of incidents you respond to, you're able to get a good foundation of police work, of what really the job involves, how to do good investigations, how to do good interviews, how to talk to people, how to communicate. And some officers decide that they want to continue in a specialized path within their career, and they transfer out of patrol to other divisions. A lot of officers and some of our best officers choose to stay in patrol because they enjoy the variety and the ability to experience all of the things that patrol provides to them. The way our patrol schedules are structured is we have a common day every week where officers are able to attend specialized training. They're able to, if they have interest in being involved in the traffic division or mountain bike patrol or investigations, they're able to take that common day when we don't have a department-wide training and participate in enforcement efforts or participate in these special assignments outside of the patrol responsibilities. We have officers that set up a specific shift to maybe focus on a traffic issue, to focus on maybe some drug interdiction, or to work with, maybe they have interest in down the road becoming a K-9 officer. They set up these days to work with those divisions to see if their interest is something that they want to continue with their career progression, or if it's something that they just like to do occasionally. And that's the great thing about being a patrol officer, is we have several officers that are involved in these extra assignments outside of patrol, and they still want to be a patrol officer day in, day out, but on occasion they want to go work with the mountain bike patrol as a mountain bike alternate. They want to go work in the traffic division for a little bit, or do some DUI enforcement specifically for that. And so it enables our officers to have, when we have these common training days, to really focus on some things that interest them. And then they come back to patrol and they're able to bring that specific skill set with them and train other officers within the patrol division. I have several officers in the patrol division that are field training officers. They're the best of the best, and they help our new officers understand the tasks that we perform as police officers, to understand our legal authority, to understand the expectations of our citizens and our organization, We focus strongly on teaching them the fundamentals of police work and the importance of being personable with individuals and to provide customer service to those that we interact with. Whether it's a victim of a crime or a suspect, we need to be professional, and we can still do our job and be professional and communicate well with others. I want to talk a little bit about community action teams and what they involve, what they mean. Our city is broken up into specific geographical areas, and our patrol division, we have sergeants that are assigned as a supervisor over a specific geographical area. For example, down in Bloomington is a specific geographical area that we have a patrol sergeant assigned as the supervisor over that specific area. Or if you look at the Dixie Downs area or downtown St. George or the east side of St. George, again, they're specific, that we call them community action teams or CAT teams. And what that is our effort is to involve the community in our policing efforts. And that's why we call it a community action team. It's a team that we try to have our citizens understand what we're trying to accomplish. If there's a specific issue in that area, we encourage citizens to reach out to the community action team sergeant and express the concerns or challenges they're seeing in that area. And when our officers bid a shift, they're assigned a specific area for a period of time for several months to work in that area. The goal with that is for our officers to understand what's going on in that specific area of the city and to build relationships with city members or with community members, build relationships with citizens, and be able to be that point of contact for concerns. And also it enables them to work on a specific issue that they may be having in that area. These officers are able to, again, see an issue, have it reported to them, and work that from beginning to end to try and find a good resolution to that issue. So hopefully, if you live in a specific area of the city, you'll see familiar faces if you have a chance to interact with officers, at the gas station or just patrolling your neighborhood, that they look familiar because that's the area they're assigned to work for a specific period of time. And again, the community action sergeants are responsible for all of the officers that work in that area, and they make assignments to those officers. If something comes in that we're made aware of from a citizen, we will work with those citizens to try and resolve those issues. And it may involve other department entities or other city resources to try and resolve those issues, but we try and resolve anything regarding safety or things that are concerning to our citizens and try and give them the appropriate resources so that we can live in a great community and that issues and concerns can be addressed and we can continue to try and have a great place to live and resolve those issues and concerns. All right, I'd like to talk a little bit about our Reserve Officer Program. We have recently posted that and are in the process of bringing several officers on board to help us with some of our needs within the patrol division. This will enable our officers to have somebody there assisting them and working with us hand in hand as we respond to calls for service. These officers are going to be certified police officers from surrounding agencies that have some police experience. We found that there are times and incidences where we have to send multiple officers because of the potential for a violent or significant encounter. Once we are able to get that incident calmed down, there's still a need for officers to conduct an investigation. And typically an investigation means you're talking to suspects and witnesses and looking for evidence, collecting evidence. In order to do that safely, it requires a couple of officers to make sure we're watching everybody and making sure people are behaving and not interfering with the investigation or doing things that they shouldn't be doing or unsafe things. Having a reserve officer there will enable us to free up some of our other officers to go respond to other calls for service. We've seen an increase of calls for service and incidents at specific times, and using that data, we'll have these shifts where our reserve officers will come out and help us during those high call volume times where we need that extra help. A lot of officers are interested in reserving with us because they enjoy the type of work that we respond to. They like to be busy and like to do police work. It's what they signed up to do. And so this reserve program will enable them to come and have some additional experiences within our organization. And we appreciate their help in helping us provide better customer service and hopefully respond to calls and be able to resolve them a little bit quicker out there. These officers are going to bring knowledge with them and enable us to utilize them to help us with our needs and our calls for service. I'm excited to see what will come of this program and hopefully be able to expand it in the future for any of those that would like to come work for us in a reserve capacity and see what it's like being a St. George police officer.